going on, landscapers and outdoor go-getters? We are back here at Winder Outdoor Power. We got another video today. We have another lawnmower with an issue, and this machine is not starting. It came in the shop for a no start, and the customer said that when he turns the key, all he hears is a click. So we're gonna troubleshoot this mower, go through some basic diagnostics, and most of all, we're gonna fix it. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button down below. I'm sure this channel is going to help you out a lot. And we have tons more videos coming in the future on all different types of equipment that comes through the shop. So definitely hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like the video. All right, this is the lawnmower that we have in the shop today for a no start. Customer states that when he turns the key, all it does is click. He can hear a click, but it will not start. He says or claims that the battery is good and fully charged. This issue is pretty common across all different kinds of lawnmowers. This is an Aaron's mower, which is basically the same thing as a Craftsman. You'll see this issue on zero turns, different brand riding tractors like Troy-Bilts, Husqvarnas. It goes on and on and on. So this symptom can be pretty much what's going on with your machine if you're having similar symptoms. So again, we're going to try to see what he says. So we're going to turn the key. I don't know if you can hear that. You hear the clicking? So that's the clicking that he's saying that he hears. And what that is a solenoid. That's the solenoid clicking. But that doesn't mean that it's good. We could just have a bad solenoid, but what we're going to do is go through some easy little steps to determine that before we just start throwing parts on the lawnmower. First thing we're going to do is we are going to check this battery and make sure we have good voltage, because a dead or weak battery will also cause the same issue. So we're going to get my battery tester real quick and check it out and see what we got. Alright, so the tool we're going to be using today is one of my favorite ones. This is a battery tester and many other tools as well, like load testing and all kinds of cool stuff. But this battery tester is from Don, and I got this off of Amazon. I'll have the link below if you're interested in one. They're pretty cheap and very, very handy to use, and they work on pretty much anything out there with a battery. Cars, trucks, lawnmowers, four-wheelers, whatever. So we're going to test this battery real quick. It's showing that it's got 1234 volts. So we're going to test it real quick. I'm going to hit enter. We're going to do battery test. This is a regular flooded battery, so we're going to hit enter. And it's going to ask us the cold cranking amps. And he has a pretty decent battery in here. This one is 340 cold cranking amps. So we're going to set that to 340 real quick. Oh, too far. There we go. We're on 340. We're going to hit enter, and it's going to test the battery real quick and give us a diagnostic on it. Alright, so our battery came back healthy at 100%. It actually put out 445 cold cranking amps. So this battery is definitely hot, and it's a good battery, as you can see. If it wasn't, it would tell us to charge it, or it would say it's bad just to put a new one in it. So we got a good battery. We got a good reading back from Don diagnostic reader here. So we're going to continue on with the troubleshooting. Alright, we got the tractor raised up on the bench, and we are going to dig into this further. So we know if we turn the key, we hear the clicking noise. And what that is, guys, is this right here. That's the solenoid. This is a brand new one. So what's going on is when you energize the solenoid, this thing will click and make that noise. So that pretty much tells me, since we're getting the noise, I know we're getting power from the key switch through the wiring harness. We're getting power to that solenoid. So that tells me that pretty much everything with the rest of the circuit and the wiring is fine. It's getting power to this solenoid. So that means a few things. Either the solenoid is bad, being that maybe it is clicking, but it's actually not sending the power out the other side to the starter. Very common. As these things get old, they get corroded inside and they just kind of lose contact. And you may get one that clicks, but actually still doesn't work. Now the other thing that could be going on is maybe the solenoid's good, but we have a bad starter. Or, worst scenario, we could have a locked up engine. But that's not the case, as this engine is free, as you can see. Now what I like to do, since I know I have a really good hot battery, we know we're getting voltage down to the solenoid because we hear it clicking. What I like to do, just to make sure that we have a good starter and everything else with the lawnmower and the engine is actually good, is I'll take a screwdriver that I don't care much about, and what we're going to do is the top of this solenoid, we're going to take the screwdriver and we're going to cross the two terminals together. Now what that's going to do is basically bypass the solenoid, because your battery cable runs directly to one side of the solenoid and then the starter cable runs to the other. So when we cross this, what we're doing is we're giving it straight feed to the starter, and if the starter's good, then the engine should rotate and turn over and we would actually be able to start this machine. So that's just, like I said, that's just a very quick, simple way to diagnose and troubleshoot this symptom. So let me show you where the solenoid is on this machine. So on these tractors, it's right here behind the panel. This is it has one bolt that holds it down, and then it has a little clip right here that just kind of clips in and holds it on the other side. So it's actually mounted on the inside underneath the fuel tank. Now I'm going to try to zoom in here. So there you go. On the other side, you can kind of see where the battery cables are going. The battery cable and the starter cable on top, like I was showing on the other one. So that's where it's at, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the screwdriver and we're going to cross those terminals. Now this will produce a little bit of sparks. It's not going to shock you. You might, if it's the first time you've ever done it, it may scare you, but you're not going to hurt anything. You're not going to hurt yourself. So just try to do it very carefully. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the key on. We're going to put the choke on, and this mower should start if we do this. So we're going to carefully get in there and cross it. There you go. It tried to start. Take the choke off. Alright, so as you see, we crossed the solenoid, the machine started, so that means our starter's good, obviously, because it cranked the engine over and it started. So that pretty much tells me that we have a bad solenoid. The solenoid has shorted out inside, or perhaps it's just corroded and it's not making good contact to send power out the other side of the solenoid. Next step, what we're going to do now is we're going to disconnect the battery, and we are going to remove the old solenoid. I'm probably going to remove this fuel tank. That way it gives us a little bit more room to go down from the top, as it's pretty tight right here. And we're going to get the old one out. We're going to install this new one, and then see if this riding lawnmower will do what it's supposed to do and start with the key. Alright, so to remove this fuel tank, it's got two screws on both sides, one on each side. I'm going to get my little ratchet here. Alright, now we're just going to grab this fuel tank and we're just going to lay it on top of the engine like so. And now you can really see where that solenoid is on the inside of that panel. And these are very simple to replace. Just make sure you pay attention to what wire went where. But all in all, you really can't mess this up. I recommend when you get to this point, take a picture on your phone of how everything is sitting. That way you know exactly which wire went where. That way you can't mess it up. On this particular solenoid, these nuts are 7/16. We're gonna get a wrench or a ratchet. We're gonna take off these nuts right here, undo our cables. Again, this is where you wanna unhook your battery before you begin. That way you don't short the battery out on some bare metal. As this cable is running directly to your battery, this one is running to your starter. So once these two leads are off, then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go ahead and do it now. You're gonna unplug the two top wires, just like so, and we're gonna lay them to the side. And then now all we gotta do is take off these nuts, undo the cables, and then remove this one bolt right here that holds this solenoid to the side of the panel. And that is pretty much it. Then we will get our new one and go in the reverse pattern here and install the new one. All right, there you have it. So you can see that's our old solenoid. This is gonna be our new one. Some of you are gonna say, well, that looks a lot different. Well, the new one is a little different because these things are pretty much kind of generic and usable in lots of other machines. So the ones that I use have extra mounting brackets, so you can mount them upside down, straight up. That way you can use this solenoid in many machines. Now the old one obviously only had one bolt that holds it to the panel, and then it has that little leg right here that just kind of popped into that hole. So on the new one, what we can do, because this is going to get mounted in there just like this, but on the inside of the panel, we're going to obviously use the original bolt that held it down on this side. And then on this side over here, what we can do is we can actually just put another bolt right there to hold it on. But honestly, one bolt would be more than enough to hold this, as that's all it's doing is holding it to the panel. And real quick, this is the part number to the solenoids that I usually carry. This is a Stenz solenoid, part number 435-435. You can find these things most likely at your local lawnmower shop or on the internet, but I've had good luck with these. All right, so we have the new one bolted down to the panel. So all we have to do now is make our connections. Now, depending on the size of your electrical lugs, sometimes these little brass bushings will have to be removed and discarded. We're going to see if it'll fit over this one or not, and it will not. So we're going to discard those guys because our lugs are smaller. Then we're going to get our starter lead, slide it on. And now we're going to get our socket and tighten those up. Alright, so we have us a little 1/2-inch socket on a ratchet here. And we're going to tighten these cables down. And you want to be careful, you don't want to over tighten these, as these units are plastic, and if you tighten them down too much, you can actually crack or break the brand new solenoid you install. So you're just snugging it up to where the cables are not loose. That's all that matters. Alright, we'll slide our little rubber boot back over this one. There we go. We'll plug our two little connectors back on. And we are repaired. So now, let's see if this thing will work. Alright, so Just for a quick test, we're going to drop our fuel tank down here real quick. And I've already tightened the battery cable back up. All right, so we're going to try to start this thing real quick and see if it'll crank over like it's supposed to with the key. All right, our riding mower starts the way that it's supposed to with the key. When we actually crossed over the bad solenoid to do a quick troubleshooting, now that is a trick that you can use on your machine, especially if it broke down in the middle of nowhere. Most of the times when a unit quits starting, it's always all the way in the backyard or all the way down at the bottom of the hill. It's never in the garage or just around the corner. It's always in the middle of nothing or a pain in the butt to get it pushed all the way back up to the driveway. So hopefully that little trick will help you guys out if you run into the same issue with a no start or a machine that you turn the key over and all it does is click and you hear a clicking noise. Now again, a solenoid can be bad and make absolutely no noise at all, which would be a completely frozen or stuck solenoid, so you wouldn't hear it. You turn the key, the power's getting to the solenoid, but it's actually so corroded and stuck that it actually does not move at all anymore, so it makes no noise. So other than that, guys, I hope the video really helped you guys out. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like that video. Put a comment down below if this video helped you out at all or what your thoughts are. And as always, stay safe out there, and we'll see you guys on the next one.